Hi there, Halu here. Continuing from our Kyoto adventures, we had to make one final push to experience the best of Japan before heading home. First stop, the mountainous hot spring town of Hakone for a night, followed by 4 jam-packed days in Tokyo. We navigated multiple trains, including some themed after the children's cartoon Gaspard and Lisa, and the ever so popular shonen jump anime Naruto, and trekked through scenic rice fields to reach our traditional Japanese hotel. Then it was back to Tokyo for digital art museums, a terrifying encounter at a pig cafe where I discovered my unexpected fear of pigs, and of course, the relentless hunt for a vintage Chanel bag. We ate everything from hotel buffets to our favorite ramen Ichiran, and ended with one final gyukatsu feast before reluctantly heading home. Join me for this Japan finale as we soak in Hakone, get lost in immersive digital art, and discover why I'll never look at pigs the same way again. Saturday, July 6, 2024, Hakone Day 1. Our day began with a train journey from Kyoto to Tokyo Station. Since Hakone is far from Tokyo and up in the mountains, we didn't want to lug around our huge suitcases, so we dropped them off at the station first. Got super lucky and found 2 large lockers at Tokyo Station, which if you've ever tried to find a locker during peak travel season in Japan, you know basically is winning the lottery. So Mika and I just secured 2 lockers in Tokyo Station before going to our ryokan. Before going to our ryokan somewhere near Mount Fuji. And yeah, it's pretty hard to secure a locker. We walked through the entire south exit and nothing was available, but we walked through it one more time and there were 2 big suitcases available right next to each other. So those were perfect. Now we're gonna figure out our way to Mount Fuji and then get to our ryokan, hopefully around 3 or 4. The journey to Hakone took a little over 3 hours, including multiple train transfers. One of the trains was actually themed after Gaspard and Lisa, these cartoon characters created by Anne Gutman, or Gutman, about 2 friends who traveled through different countries. After 3 hours, we have finally made it to Mount Fuji. We are finally here. But we're not at the ryokan yet. We still got to take a bus and do a little walk, but we have made it. Yes, and we can actually see it. After an hour, we are still not there yet. We took the wrong bus, took us the opposite direction. Now we are walking in the middle of the road to get to our hotel. But I mean, there's no direct bus there anyways, so we were planning to walk, but yeah, now it's gonna be another 20 minutes walk. But the weather's great. We had quite the walk to our hotel. The path took us through these beautiful rice fields, which I later found is actually a known scenic spot on Google Maps with a single review. They're farming for rice! We even spotted a photographer set up there and was capturing the landscape. After a long trek, we finally made it to our traditional Japanese hotel. After like 5-6 hours of traveling. We're here. Hotel Kane.
Hotel Kaneyamaen and Besho Sasa.
Hotel Kaneyamaen and Besho Sasa.
Hotel Kaneyamaen Besho Sasa.
Hotel Kaneyamaen and Besho Sasa. A hostess gave us a tour of our room, which was a little older but had this cozy, homey feel to it. So we just checked into our room. A nice lady guided us in English to see the layout of the room, all the features. There's a show tonight with drums. Here's the toilet. Hello. This is our room. At first, it's a little strange. You know, things are kind of randomly placed. This TV's kind of randomly placed, but once we take a step out here, there's a private onsen bath, and through here is a view of Mount Fuji in the background. That is going to be extremely nice to check out. Through here is a glass door. Looks like it opens up to the shower. And then out here is the restroom or sink room. We also have the wine lounge, which is all you can drink, eat, snack, enjoy. There's a boutique room, and yeah, these are the room keys.
And you know I was thrilled when I spotted an espresso machine. Immediately made myself an espresso to recharge.
We are freshened up and on our way to dinner. Dinner! We might get McDonald's after.
Huh?
We might get a McDonald's after.
Yes.
The hotel included dinner with our stay,
Hey, hello!
some fish, soup, fried rice, cold noodles, and some matcha and fruit parfait sort of dessert.
So my mom would like this because she gives me cherries.
She loves cherries.
And while the food was fresh and nutritious, it was pretty underwhelming after our long journey. The entire meal we were scheming to get to this McDonald's 20 minutes away, but there weren't any Ubers or delivery services available in the small mountain town. After dinner, we explored the hotel grounds, including the serene outdoor courtyard. The whole place had this calm, peaceful vibe after dark. Such a contrast from the urban and metropolitan sort of environment that we've been surrounded by throughout our trip. The hotel hosted some performances and bingo in the lobby. The real highlight was discovering that their bar had an all-you-can-drink policy with self-serve wine dispensers, draft beer, champagne, and a selection of snacks. Since our dinner left us wanting more, we ended up sharing some ramen at the hotel restaurant before calling it a night. July 7th, 2024, Tokyo Day 1. We kicked off our morning with the hotel's breakfast buffet, trying a little bit of everything they offered. I go stupid at the thought of hotel breakfast buffets in Asia. Having traveled with my family in the past to places like Thailand and Vietnam, I found that the breakfast spreads usually have both Western options as well as local dishes. Before checking out, we enjoyed one last dip in our private onsen, and that's when something bizarre happened. We heard this loud thump against our glass sliding door. Turns out, a bird had flown straight into it. My girlfriend found the little guy on the wooden floor, dazed but not seriously hurt.
Oh my god.
Oh, baby. You're okay. Okay, ouchie.
She gently pet it back to life before it sporadically flew, scaring the shit out of both of us. Our train back to Tokyo was Naruto themed. Now, I don't actually watch anime, but it was pretty cool to see the character decorations throughout the cars. Now, once we got back to Tokyo, guess what we did? Just guess. Come on, just guess. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4. We went bag shopping, of course.
Here we go again.
There were only a couple days left in the trip, and my girlfriend still hadn't found her vintage Chanel. So the hunt was on. We didn't even have time to retrieve our luggage from Tokyo Station or check into our accommodations. So I was hauling this little guy around from store to store.
Mika has her eye on a bag, but she wants to check out some other stores, so she's hauling ass right now.
At last, we found a bag that spoke to her. A 2010-2011 Paris Byzance nylon tweed. I don't know why I looked that up, but mission accomplished. After our shopping victory, we celebrated at my favorite Sukumen spot, Fuji. I first discovered this place years ago during my first visit to Japan, and there's actually a location in LA's Arts District now, but I definitely had to have it while in Tokyo. My girlfriend tried their ramen, which I had never ordered before, but the broth was pretty good. I stuck to my go-to chashu pork Sukumen, and man, We spent the rest of the day walking around, initially planning to see a movie that night, but buying tickets required a Japanese phone number and things got complex. Instead, we explored the surrounding area of Tokyo Skytree and drank some watered down ass milk tea. This place sucks. Don't ever buy drinks from there ever. As hunger struck again, we hit up another one of my favorite spots, Torikizoku, known for cold beer and skewers in a modern izakaya setting where you order from tablets. However, this location was pretty underwhelming. With most of the items out of stock and them about to close, we ordered what we could, which was satisfying enough for the moment. Monday, July 8th, 2024, Tokyo Day 2. We woke up bright and early to make it to our first available time slot for TeamLab Borderless, this popular museum known for its colorful, futuristic, and digital art installations. It's located in Azabudai, a district of Minato that feels super bougie and clean, filled with office buildings and shopping malls. Not exactly the easiest place to find despite being one of Tokyo's largest attractions. For these clips, I used my Z Flip 5, attached to a body strap. It isn't the most stable, but I thought it'd make for some cool footage. Sorry in advance for the motion sickness. There was even a section where you could line up and do a digital drawing, which would appear as a sea creature on this interactive wall. TeamLab Borderless was really fun, probably the best immersive museum I've ever visited. Unlike other exhibits where you follow a set path, here visitors can freely roam throughout the entire museum without any constraints. You can even find hidden rooms if you explore enough.
Whoa, wait, stay.
We enjoyed it early before too many people arrived, and by the time we left, it was absolutely packed. After our digital art adventure, we made our way to Ginza and decided to eat at a Happy Pancake. It was unclear to which building it was in, so we kinda got a little lost again. Seems like a theme on this trip. The food was okay, not the best souffle pancakes we've ever had. Although it was okay, probably because I was extremely hungry, I personally would not come back here. Next up was the Pig Cafe, and this is where I discovered my fear of pigs.
We're now reporting live outside of the Meat Pig Cafe.
Though my Chinese zodiac sign is a pig, they are terrifying in person. It didn't help that the handler was smacking and kicking and basically throwing pigs at patrons. Like, obviously they didn't want to be held. Leave my brethrens alone. Some of the pigs were cute, but there was one that kept trying to bite my thighs with its like human-like teeth, and the whole experience was just so frightening to me. We walked from Ginza to Daikinyamacho, which my girlfriend absolutely dreaded for making her walk miles. But this was a place I used to hang out when I stayed in Tokyo for several months. For dinner, we tried Red Rock because BTS came here. It's funny because if you watched my earlier vlog in Tokyo, you'll see that we tried to come here, but ended up at Roast Beef Oh No instead.
Yeah, this place is called Roast Beef Oh No.
I gotta say though, after trying the real Red Rock, I actually prefer Roast Beef Oh No. Sometimes the celebrity endorsed spots don't live up to the hype. Being the fat we are, later that night back at our Airbnb, we tried Japan's delivery services, ordering Korean food. Nothing says authentic Japan experience like ordering Korean food to your Airbnb at midnight. Tuesday, July 9th, 2024, Tokyo Day 3. On our last full day of Tokyo, we quickly packed our bags and relocated to the hotel we'd be staying in for our final night. We dropped off our luggage and rushed to make it to our reservation time for TeamLab Planets. TeamLab Planets is another extension of the TeamLab Interactive Immersive Museums, but this one felt a bit more typical and not as exciting as Borderless.
I'm Steve Irwin.
Yeah, pretend you're Steve Irwin.
Come on, let's take out some flowers over here. We're going through the small area. You see this? Real flowers out here.
Oh, it's a nice photo spot.
We must wait for the flowers to rise before we can make our exit. Are you ready? It's going up now. Here we go. Come on.
If you had to choose between the two, I would definitely say go with Borderless. After that, we explored around Odaiba, also known as Diver City. This place has a very special place in my heart. When I first visited Japan years ago, my first solo trip anywhere, I found myself there, maybe to go check out the Gundam statue or something, but I found myself in Diver City and there was a festival going on. There was this like huge water slide, bunch of people laid out on the grass, soaking up the sun and music playing. It was just so lively, so filled with life and positive. And it was like the first time I was there. Diver City looks crazy, like a futuristic city with crazy looking futuristic cyberpunk buildings. So the entire place was just so astonishing for me to experience. We got some Island Vintage Coffee, which is a popular coffee shop chain that we discovered during our trip to Hawaii earlier this year, and grabbed lunch at the Diver City Tokyo Plaza food court. It was finally time to check into our accommodations for our last night in Japan. The beautiful Prince Park Tower Tokyo, where we could see Tokyo Tower from our room view.
Wow.
Just got to the hotel. Walk-in closet. There's some slippers. Here.
We're bringing this back.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bring all these things.
All this. Whoa. Bath salt. People turn into zombies from eating this. What's up, Tokyo?
Talk about ending the trip on a high note. Our trip was coming to an end, so you know what we had to do. Eat Ichiran one last time. That might have been our fourth or fifth Ichiran meal this trip, but as I always say, Ichiran is undefeated. We made the smart decision to do all our novelty and gift shopping at the end, so at night, we hit up the Japanese goods mega store, Don Quixote in Roppongi.
How much did you spend there? How much did you spend in there? Huh? How much did you spend in there? Oh my god.
I spent like $200 on a crap ton of items for myself and gifts, which isn't too bad if I say so myself. Once we got back, we packed our bags ready to depart the next day. Oh yeah, and we also got McDonald's. Wednesday, July 10th, 2024, Tokyo Day 4. It was finally time to leave. But we weren't gonna leave without having one more good meal. We decided on gyukatsu once again, and found gyukatsu motomura at the Korero Muromachi branch. Comparing it to the gyukatsu we had in Kyoto, it wasn't exactly on par, but worth having as it was prepared fresh and a great deal. Something like $10 for 2 cutlets. Definitely hitting the spot for our last meal. We then enjoyed the rest of our time at the hotel, trying these special KFC edition chips we found at the Konbini, because you truly haven't experienced Japan unless you've tried their unique snack flavors.
You like it?
It's exactly like that.
Yeah, this is chicken.
Then it was time to say farewell to Japan as we arrived at Haneda Airport. I hadn't had a burger all trip, and even though I wasn't necessarily hungry, I still wanted a burger and got a mushroom burger before our flight.
Just had the shittiest experience with United at SFO. Having to check in, having to get through security, and then having to grab our baggage, which they completely took out all the gifts and everything I packed in the luggage. Missed our connecting flight, and now we are delayed another 3 hours. Plus we have to go through another security check, and then we happen to have our strongs that we picked up at the airport at the terminal, so we can't bring that in. So the next best thing to do is chug them.
It's unfortunate, as we found this limited edition Suntory Chuhai Hawaiian Sour that we really liked. We just had to chug it. The thing is, this drink wasn't even available everywhere. It was a summer 2024 edition, and I think we only found it at Lawson's. So to find it at Haneda Airport was very special to us. We were excited to take it home, but unfortunately we could not do that. I did find it on Amazon, and I don't know if it's still being sold, but if you guys ever see it anywhere, I highly recommend you give it a try. It's super delicious. We got really fat on this trip because even at SFO, we got some garlic fries at the food court. We were finally home, and after a trip, I must immediately unpack. I don't understand people who can leave things in their luggage filled with things you need, gifts, clean clothes, dirty clothes, just to the side of their room for days on end. Just sort it out so you can relax better. And my family celebrated our return with my dad's homemade fried chicken wings. If you know, you must really know. And that's it for the Japan vlog series. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. I hope you're able to see some parts of Japan that you've never seen before. This has probably been my favorite trip to Japan so far. I got to see so much more that it has to offer. And Japan, the country alone, is somewhere I don't think I could ever get tired of visiting. From all the food, to drinks, to sightseeing and exploring and fun that could be had, it would probably take me living there for years to exhaust the fun. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next one, which is probably going to be a life update from like August to December, because I'm recording this right now in March 2025. So I got a lot to cover. Anyways, halu at you later. Bye.